What's up, everyone? Today I'm going to share a message with you that will literally change your life. And I don't blow smoke up people's asses. Dead serious about this. If you follow these steps, it will change your life. And the question I have is, what is the most important thing to sell? And people can come up with all sorts of answers, from gadgets, houses, big ticket items, low ticket items, whatever that may be. And I'm going to tell you the most important thing to sell every single time is you on you. Stay with me on this though, because too often, sir, that it's just the answer that will solve the problem. And it's not. It's the emotion and the feeling that you get from the answer. And so what I would like to do is share one of my personal stories with you. When I went through my weight loss journey, it was the first journey that I really took the Power of Six all the way through. And so I'm going to share with you my weight loss journey and what it did for me, how it transformed me, and how it helped me transform others. Because in life, when you show up, it creates a ripple effect. I'm going to explain that more into detail. So on my weight loss journey, the whole start came from, I was at a hotel with my parents, and I'm a young kid. And this was the first time I got to see myself from the front and from the back, because they had mirrors in the front and mirrors in the back. I'd never seen myself at a full 360 before. And seeing it, I got to see my love handles for the first time. I got to see how I looked in a full view, and I didn't like it. And I wanted to change it. And when I saw that, I was determined to do what I needed to do to get to where I wanted to go. And I didn't know all the pieces and the parts, but I knew what I wanted. And I knew I was going to get it, no matter what. And I picked up lessons along the way that I didn't even realize I was picking up. Because oftentimes they tell you common sense isn't always common practice. And so it's easy to tell people things, but being it and doing it are two different things altogether. And so the first thing I did was I just started working out. I just started working out. I didn't know what to do, so I started with push-ups. I just did a ton of push-ups. And chest was getting sore, wasn't seeing many changes. And I was getting very, very irritated through the process. And so what I did, my baby boy. Yeah. What I did as I went through the process was I knew there was a way to figure it out. And so I started reading up muscle magazines. And then I realized how important nutrition really was. I realized nutrition was the game changer. It's the absolute game changer to getting to where I wanted to go. And so I started looking at what I ate, and I started focusing on eating those healthier foods, on being really aware. And let me tell you, they're branding to you all the time. We are eating crap. I'll tell you that much. And as a coach, what a coach does so well is they make you aware of what you're unaware of. Because again, we're talking about this common sense. It's not common. It's not common. And the worst thing a person can say is, I already know that. No, you don't. There's a lot more that you don't know than that you do, myself included. I'm consistently learning, consistently growing, consistently getting better at what I'm looking to get better at. And so as the process continued on, I went into eating better, and the eating better started changing things. And the exercising was a thing that I was maintaining because it felt so damn good, and my energy went way up when I started exercising. And when I figured out how to exercise in a way See, this is the other thing. When we take action, we learn lessons. So every time I took action, I learned a lesson on what I could do, what I couldn't do, how I did feel, how I wanted to feel. And so I'm consistently learning my body, understanding my body. And one thing that I did change specifically on measurements is I used to look at myself in the mirror daily and I would weigh myself. And I noticed it was frustrating me. It was frustrating me because it just wasn't happening as fast as I liked it. And I'll tell you this, nothing ever happens as fast as you want it to. Like, it just doesn't happen because our minds want it instantly. And so if it's not measured, it's not managed. So you do have to measure it, but also pick times to measure it. So I just started measuring myself instead of daily. I did it monthly because monthly was easier. Monthly made more sense. And I actually stopped getting on the scale altogether because the scale it wasn't my friend. And as I went further in my journey, I understood like weight can fluctuate quite a bit, like quite a bit. Didn't know that at the time. So I just kept chugging along and I used what worked for me. I discarded what didn't and I used what did. And as I went through the process, as I kept going through it, as I saw it in my mind, I laid out my foundation. I put together the game plan. The game plan got better weekly because I was so obsessed, and I want to call it a healthy obsession because I didn't allow it to overtake everything else, but I was going to change this thing. How I talk about sell you on you. Sell you, on your dream, on your goal, on your desire. I'm going to tell you why in a minute because it goes further than just this weight loss journey. It goes way further than that. So I'm going through my process, eating the food, exercising. I figured out how to exercise correctly. I figured out how to exercise with technique. I figured out how to get certain muscles to activate and not other muscles, and how to shape the muscle, how to actually shape it and define it in a way that worked for me. And with the nutrition, I learned so much about what I like, what I don't like, how I feel when I eat certain foods. And the cardio routine was amazing. Cardio made me feel, it brought my energy up instantly. And I only needed to do like 5 minutes of it. You know, I got really, really good on the exercise components. And so as I went through my journey, it finally happened. I finally had the 6-pack. I looked amazing. I looked great. And I was so excited. I was so excited to have it all come together and to know that I could do it. And I did have naysayers. I did have judges. I did have those people. So I don't get mad at bullies because they can't do anything to you unless you allow them to. If you make their opinions count, then they'll count. If you don't, then they won't. Take your action. And I always say, think it, say it, act it. Think it, say it, act it. What do you think about? What are you saying? What are you acting out? I was acting on my goal. I was saying to myself, I said to myself, like, I'm in shape. I'm in shape. And what did I think about? I was thinking about it consistently. Sell you on you. The first time you sell you on you is the only time you have to. Because when you sell you on you once, you can sell you on you again. Like, that's the lesson. Because after I got that done, I got to see like, oh, wait, everyone's going to have an opinion. Everybody's going to tell you what's wrong. Everybody's going to tell you shit that they're not reading up on. They're not educating themselves. Like, they won't educate themselves on something, but they'll tell you how to run your life. And so with inspiration, like, yeah, you got to feel good, but educate it and implement it and take it in. Sell you on you. Selling you on you means going out and taking the action regardless of what anybody else says. Because what we do is we live in a world and we get so used to the world we're living in, ourselves and everybody else who lives in our own bubble, that when someone wants to change in the bubble, they almost want to keep you where you're at because it doesn't feel normal. It's no one's fault. But what people want to do is they want to keep you where you're at. And when I tell you to sell you on your dream, sell you on your goal, sell you on your reality. What reality do you want to be in? Because after I stretched that piece, I learned a ton more lessons when I became a personal trainer. A ton more. Because I'm not going to go into it because it's going to be too long of a video and I do have to take care of my son. But ultimately, there's ripple effect. When you show up fully, others will show up fully. When you sell you on you, others will sell them on themselves. And when you sell you on you, no one's opinion is stronger than yours. So it doesn't even matter anymore. You have a new level of, I can do whatever the fuck I want to do in the way that I want to do it. And when you get to that place, everyone wins. When you can get there, everybody wins. Because I know you have goals and I know you have dreams and I know you want to get to where you want to get to. And whether you're selling houses, whether you're selling widgets and gadgets, whether you're trying to sell yourself on if I should be on this athletic team or not, whatever you're selling you on, sell you on you first. When you sell you on you, you win. Remember, there is greatness in you. And what is up, Gemma? Every action leads us to the next opportunity. Amen. Sure does. It's about self-determination. Setting reasonable goals, structure. It's about believing in ourselves. It's about following up our actions. Yes. And my new mantra, think it, say it, act it. Think it, say it, act it. Just repeat that to yourself as many times as you need to repeat it to yourself until it gets ingrained in you. It's gonna feel weird at first. Everything new always feels weird at first. But if you keep doing it and if you keep believing in it, you stretch into bigger things. Like I never thought I was going to fight in the UFC. I didn't know I was going to be an entrepreneur. I didn't know I was going to be the person that I was going to be. Just knew I wanted to do my best. I wanted to be my best. I wanted to stretch as much as I could. And what's interesting, the transformational process, every time you stretch, you want others to stretch too, because you know how good it feels. Like it feels absolutely amazing. When you obtain a goal others told you couldn't, you feel for the people who are trying to obtain their goal and others are telling them they can't. It's like, who are they to tell you what you can and can't do? Don't let anyone else's opinion overshadow your own. Like, believe in yourself. And I get it. Like, because everyone's starting from different places and different spaces. And some people need people to fill them up with light, with energy, and talk about, I'm going to empower you. I'm not going to enable you. I'm an empowerer, not an enabler. So yeah, there's greatness in you. And it might feel weird saying it the first time, saying it the second time. So say it 1,000 more times. Say it 2,000 more times. Say it 5,000 more times. And then when you're saying it, attach action to it. Action secondary. Action secondary. You have to believe that it's real before you can act on it. Even when I went through my weight loss journey, I believed it was real. I knew it was going to happen. The action was secondary. Those were just the follow-up pieces. So appreciate you all. And there's 4 people. Thank you. Thank you for showing up. I appreciate that. Gemma, superstar, I appreciate you as always. And yeah, let's keep growing this community. So if this would benefit anyone else, share it out. I'm looking to grow this thing. Like I said, I want to influence 1 billion people. And I knew it sounded crazy. I don't care. I like crazy. Crazy is fun to me. It makes it interesting. When I said, like, I'm not going to be the fat kid anymore, that was crazy at that time. I said, hey, coach, I want to fight in the UFC in less than a year. My coach told me I lost my damn mind. Cool. I like going after crazy goals. I like going after big, audacious goals because when you go after them, things just start showing up with the actions that you're taking. So it figure itself out along the journey. So share it out. Let's keep moving forward. Let's keep doing what we need to do. Let's keep believing in our greatness and showing up in the way that we need to. And remember, I'm a fighter who fights for you. Let's see. Thanks for your motivation and good vibes. Absolutely. I'm glad you enjoy it. Yeah, I'm going to motivate. I'm going to warm you up. I'm going to get you ready. And when you get ready, remember these 12 to now it's going closer to 15-minute videos. This is just a piece. This is just a piece. Don't use this to just feel good. Use this and take this and go take the actions you need to through your day, because you got 23 more hours. You get to listen to me for like 5-10 minutes. Great. You get your Cliff vibe. If you want to work with me, great. Come contact me. But remember, there's still 23 more hours in the day. So ask yourself, what are you doing in those 23 hours to make your day the day you want it to be, to get yourself closer, a step closer to the person you want to be. Sell you on you. But appreciate you all. Much love. You all have an amazing day, and I'll talk to you later. Oh, more people are coming on. Thank you. Thank you all. Have an amazing day, everyone. Take care.